My friends, for you watching on video on the internet, get a good last look at my gorgeous beard that's about to go bye-bye. As soon as I'm off the air, it's off my face. Welcome to a brand new Monday. I'm Howard Riell. Here on Real Truth, let's hit some news because there is no shortage of it. Item from Axios. On the 53rd anniversary of the Voting Rights Act, former First Lady Michelle Obama announced on Monday, that's today, the launch of a new campaign designed to get Americans to the polls for November's midterm elections, per the Associated Press. The When We All Vote week of action, set for the week of September 22 through 29, will take place in at least 12 major cities across the country. In a video announcing the project, Obama referenced the legacy of the Voting Rights Act, saying, quote, "We want to honor their legacy and continue their work to ensure that every eligible American can cast their vote, work that is far from finished," unquote. Horse hockey. I am diametrically opposed to voter registration drives. First of all, I'm opposed to Michelle Obama opening her yap in public. Her husband was the worst president this country's had, certainly in the last century, maybe going further back. And she's not the one who got elected in the first place. He was. So as First Lady, if she wants to change the China pattern in the White House, good. Busy yourself with that. Don't open your mouth in the public sphere, number one. Number two, voter registration drives seek to get non-motivated Americans to register to vote. Well, the problem with non-motivated Americans voting is that they don't know their ass from a hole in the ground. If they were interested in voting, maybe they would get informed on the issues and on the players. But they're not interested. They don't know the issues. They don't know the background. They have no perspective. They don't know who the players are. They don't know what the fake news is. And so the only reason they would have to register to vote is that someone is twisting their arm. And certainly whoever is doing that is not telling them, vote your conscience. They're saying, vote for us. So you got a bunch of empty-headed, apathetic Americans who don't know left from right. If someone comes to them and says, you want some free stuff? Vote Democrat. Yes, there are enough Americans who are brain dead enough to go ahead and do that. I don't think those are the kind of voters we want. I think we've had quite enough of so-called low-information voters. And isn't it funny? The low-information voters, they're always on the left. They're always the liberals, the Democrats. You won't find any Republican low-information voters. And so Michelle Obama can go back on vacation and keep her mouth shut. It's Monday, and it's Real Truth. I pull no punches, my friends. We'll be right back.
TLR focus the older wants you to remember your life began at conception, so that the life of every yet to be born person. Baby and mother both lose with one and three go against their instincts and choose abortion. Former abortion doctor Nathan, people do not understand that there are thousands of serious physical complications from abortion every year at this time. Post-abortion crises, severe feelings, depression, stress, anxiety disorder, suicide, violent behavior, instability, increased risk of miscarriage and liver complications. International Journal of Epidemiology reported abortion increased breast cancer risk by 90%. Every hopeless baby has the right to life, too. This life-giving message is brought to you by TLR Associates of Boulder, providing a job well done for your comorbid design, stucco, stone, and brick. Call TLR Associates of Boulder, 303-921-3310. TLR Medallion branded stucco protection serves the Boulder and Northern Colorado area.
Most people think they can't afford to invest in gold and silver. But at the Patriot Trading Group, we believe that everyone should have the opportunity to own hard assets. That's why we created our Preferred Metals program. You can get started for as little as $100 a month. Go to allamericangold.com and click on our Preferred Metals icon to learn how you can get started today. Or call us at 800-951-0592. The Patriot Trading Group, allamericangold.com.
folks, welcome back to Real Truth. By the way, August 23rd will be our 10th anniversary show. You're going to want to tune in that day. It's going to be something special. 10 years. Unbelievable. It's gone like that. Well, not really, but it hasn't gone like 10 years. Let's go back in time to last week. Rush Limbaugh celebrated his 30th anniversary on the air, and he had a surprise caller. Let's listen in.
We don't have a hotline. On the hotline, you're receiving a phone call in recognition of your anniversary broadcast. You'll want to take this immediately. Okay, so we're going to the phones, and we have a special guest. Who is it?
So, Rush, I just wanted to congratulate you on 30 years. This is your favorite president, and I think you are fantastic. And I heard about it, and today is the big day, 30 years. I wanted to call personally and congratulate you.
I am floored. I thought there was nothing anybody could do to surprise me today. I've been preparing for anything. Mr. President.
You're a very special man, Rush, and you have people that love you. I'm one of them. But you're a very, very special guy. What you do for this country, people have no idea how important your voice is. So I just wanted to personally make this one, and I said, I'll even dial the number myself if I have to. But I just want to congratulate you. 30 years in that tough business is incredible. And you're stronger now than ever before.
Well, I thank you so much. It's such a thrill to hear from you. I told you, anytime you want to appear here, you are more than welcome. I don't want to hound you by asking you because everybody's doing that, trying to get you. But man, this is great. I'm so flattered. While I have you, can I say a little something back at you here?
Yes, go ahead, Rush. Go ahead.
Are you aware? I have to think you are when you go to your rallies. Are you aware of what you mean to everybody who voted for you, and I think a bunch who didn't, who want to the next time around? People have invested their hopes and their futures in this country being made great again and saved in you. And are you when you're alone, which you may not ever be, but when you're alone in the White House, do you think about that? Do you ponder what you've come to mean to people?
Well, I love these people, and you probably saw last night I was in Florida, and we had 9,000 seats in the auditorium. That was packed, and we had thousands outside and in these rooms all over the place. And I guess they had at least 18,000 people that couldn't get in last night, and which I hate. So we actually were starting to put up big screens. I must tell you, it's such an honor to me to see this. There's a love. I don't know if you were able to see it last night, but any of them. I mean, there's such tremendous love. I'm going to Ohio on Saturday, and tomorrow I'm going to Pennsylvania, and it's the same thing. It's like the enthusiasm, and part of it is that they've really been mistreated by so many years by the politicians. The country's been mistreated. The trade deals are so bad. The taxes were so high. The tax cuts are so good, and they've been so appreciated by so many people. The cut in regulations maybe is just as important as the tax cuts because businesses are hiring like they've never hired before. We have more interesting stat. We have more people working in the United States today than at any time in our history. And it's been so many different things are happening. So there's a tremendous amount of love in the room, and I am aware of it. There's no question about it.
Mr. President, it was just a little over a year and a half ago where your predecessor said that what is happening now couldn't happen again, that those days were gone, that those jobs that were lost were not coming back. And he would tell audiences this. And look at what you've done. And again, with the entirety, seemingly the entirety of Washington's political class opposed. In a year and a half, you have reversed the direction the country was going at. 4.1% economic growth. When you promised that, they accused you of misleading people because it couldn't happen.
Well, that's right, Rush. You have a lot of bad people in Washington. You knew that a long time ago. Frankly, before I knew it, I had no idea how evil some of them are, but you have a lot of great people, too. And outside of Washington, you have the greatest people in the world. And you're right. It's, I've been saying 4%, but it should be much higher than that. If I do good trade deals, which I will, you see what's going on with China, you look at what's going on. I will tell you, NAFTA They want to make a deal very badly, and we're putting them back in shape. They're horrible deals, the worst deals ever made by any country. You do that, you start lifting your GDP numbers way up. Also, nobody ever even talks about that. We're doing 4.1 with bad trade deals. We have horrible trade deals, and our farmers, we're going to open up markets for them. But they're great patriots. I watch them all the time where they're saying we trust our president, and they may take a short-term hit. But you look at farming, it's been going down for 15 years. Soybeans, 5 years before the election, was cut in half. The price was cut in half. I wasn't there. So it's going to, a lot of things are happening that are very exciting. And, you look at the job numbers, you look at African-American, best ever, Hispanic, Asian, women, best ever. And it's been a lot of fun for me, but I see the happiness on the faces. Like last night in Florida with that, really massive crowd. You see the happiness and the love, and nobody left. It's like nobody turns off your show. It's like you can't. Nobody leaves. I'll speak for an hour and 10 minutes, hour and 20 minutes. There wasn't a person that left that room. It was just an absolute love fest, and it's going on all over the country. And a lot of it's the same message, and most of it, I think probably all of it, is the same message that you give out so well every day, better than anybody.
Well, but your key, I do understand it. I understand the bond that those people attending your rallies have with you, and you with them. I've seen it. I know why it exists. And you are consistent. Things you said during the campaign, things you still say today. You haven't given anybody reason to doubt you. You haven't betrayed anybody or made them think that you're going to. An example, here you are suggesting that you'd be willing to you'd be talking about shutting down the government if that's what it took to get this wall built. Now, the traditional Republican, oh, no, don't say that. There you are. Oh, yeah, I'd be glad to do it if that's what it takes.
Yeah.
If people don't
I actually think
your
it would
voters
be positive, but,
there's
two things. Look, we had Obamacare repealed and replaced, and a man, I won't mention his name, but a man at 2 o'clock in the morning went thumbs down, and he campaigned for years on repeal and replace. And we had the chance. Nobody even spoke to him about it because it was, something that was
Yeah, the president won't mention his name, but I will. He's an asswipe by the name of John McCain from Arizona, who got elected on his sterling reputation and his patriotism serving America, and he took a knife and stuck it into America by refusing to kill Obamacare. Mr. McCain, go someplace, fade away, let us not hear from you again. Congratulations once again, The Rush. We'll be right back.
Ladies, this is Amy Gold, informing you that heart attack is different than heart attacks and death. Women have heart attacks will experience nausea, vomiting, indigestion, short breath, or simply suffering fatigue, but no chest pain. Get emergency medical help and call 911 immediately if you are experiencing any of these symptoms. Pain, pressure, burning, or squeezing the chest, jaw, shoulders, back, or arms that last more than 5 to 10 minutes. Unexplained shortness of breath lasts more than 5 to 10 minutes. Sudden severe nausea, vomiting, or indigestion. Sweating for no reason. Sudden unexplained extreme fatigue. Loss of consciousness or fainting. Or sudden unexplained panicky feeling of doom. The key, ladies, is to listen to your body. Follow your breathing, and if you experience symptoms that are disturbing you in any way, or even remotely related to your heart, get yourself checked out right away. If your doctor brushes you off, that's a sign to the doctor. One who will actually do what is necessary to get to the bottom of your symptoms.
Power has been provided for reliable electrical power systems in the Rocky Mountain area in 1992. Power systems rely on the sun to help make you self-reliant for your power needs. Solar energy can be stable to fit any situation, from complete power independence to backup power for the short term. Our expertise focuses on dependable power, but we have extensive experience with utility interactive systems as well. With tailored capabilities and modern emergency lighting all the way to commercial scale power. Great Plains Power is a full service company. We service everything we sell, provide design turnkey packages, custom design system, and parts for do-it-yourself. With more than 20 years of specialized experience at your disposal, let us know what your power concerns or goals are. Reach us by phone or the internet. Call 303-239-9963. That's 303-239-9963. Or go to GreatPlainsSolar.com.
my friends, let's shift gears a little bit. Dr. Michelle Cretella is president of the American College of Pediatrics. So she is the pediatrician's pediatrician. She runs the whole shoot match, and she says the mental illness is not a civil right. She's talking about transgenderism. Let's hear what she has to say.
Yes, certainly.
college students are pressured more and more to let go accept transgender identity.
My friends, get that last point that she made. 6,500. 6,500 differences anatomically, biologically, between men and women. 6,500 of them. As compared to some nitwit liberal saying, I can decide what I want. They're nitwits.
Just as
My friends, if liberals believe that men don't have testes, it's probably because liberal men don't have testes. My friends, I can't chronicle for you the brain differences between conservatives and liberals because it has not been proven to my satisfaction that liberals even have brains. And if they buy into this transgender garbage, which all of science argues against, they are dooming their children to miserable lives. I just posted this video on my Facebook page, Real Truth Radio. Check it out. We'll be right back.
Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Tom Phillips, founder of the Green Earth. How many times have you gone into a health food store and are confused as to the many different brands and prices of the same herbal supplements? You want to buy the cheapest, but you're afraid that quality is less, so you buy the most expensive. Truth is, the cheapest may be better. Green Herb herbal supplements are all manufactured in our Wheat Ridge, Colorado plant at 4565 Kipling Street using the highest quality herbs that we source from all over the world. Our 150 different herbal supplements are the most potent and safest in America. Our guarantee is your money back, no time limit. Just return the bottle empty or full, no questions asked. So when you come to our new location, look for our new name, Nutritionist Health, or call us at 888-765-HERB. That's 888-765-4372.
Ladies, this is Dianne informing you that heart attack is different than heart attack in men. Women having heart attacks will experience nausea, vomiting, indigestion, shortness of breath, or simply extreme fatigue, but no chest pain. Get emergency medical help and call 911 immediately if you are experiencing any of these symptoms: pain, pressure, burning, or squeezing in the chest, jaw, shoulder, back, or arms that last more than 5 to 10 minutes. Unexplained shortness of breath lasting more than 5 to 10 minutes. Sudden severe nausea, vomiting, or indigestion, sweating for no reason. Sudden unexplained extreme fatigue, loss of consciousness or fainting, or sudden unexplained panicky feeling of doom. The key, ladies, is to listen to your body. Follow your instincts, and if you experience symptoms that are disturbing you in any way, or even remotely related to your heart, get yourself checked out right away. If your doctor brushes you off, that's a sign you need to see a doctor, one who will actually do what is necessary to get to the bottom of your symptoms.
We, the people of the United States, in order to form a more perfect union, establish justice, ensure domestic tranquility, provide for the common defense, promote the general welfare, and secure the blessing of liberty for ourselves and our posterity, to ordain and establish this Constitution. American Window Tinting Incorporated in Brighton reminds parents, keep an eye on your child while shopping. Children tend to stray or become lost. This poses an opportunity for a would-be abductor. Please make every effort to keep track of your little ones at all times. If you have information regarding a lost child, call local authorities at once. This message is from American Window Tinting Incorporated in Brighton. For residential or commercial window tinting, call 303-263-4228.
All right, folks, welcome back to Real Truth. Racism is just fine. There's not a problem with it. Be racist as much as you want. It's okay. It's fine. It's fine. Now, of course, I'm not saying that. The New York Times is saying it. The New York Times hired an Asian woman named Sarah Jung to join the staff of their editorial page, and she's an out-and-out blatant racist. You heard about her tweets last week. She hates whites, she hates men, she insults them, she wants us to die. And you would think that after her tweets became public knowledge, the Times would have dropped her like a hot potato. Oh no! They're making every excuse in the world for her disgusting attitudes. Here's Ben Shapiro.
In breaking news, the New York Times has decided that they are going to hire a woman named Sarah Jung to join their editorial board. Now, why is this relevant to your life? The reason this is relevant to your life is because Jung previously wrote for a publication called The Verge, and also internet foundation spoke about online harassment and free speech. Not for Sarah Jung, but people actually wrote your old tweets.
My friends, that's what you call liberal logic. Yeah, it makes my head throb also. Yeah, we're not going to have a chance to do that, Ben. We're about to go to commercial break. Folks, I'm going to put this video, as I do with so many videos, up on my Facebook page, Real Truth Radio. Check it out. Watch the full video. Share it. Talk about it with people, and you decide. Is racism racism, or is racism only racism when certain people do it? We'll be back.
Auto body investment. Somebody in the children subjected to child pain infliction upon the children their entire lives. If you want to be on yourself, call the authority. This message is from Auto Body Class 3, celebrating decades of dedication and beliefs, motive, and commitment. Call 652-1316 for families and the dedicated staff. Remind us children are our future. The future worth protecting.
The Patriot Trading Group is a different kind of gold and silver company, cleaning up the industry for 21 years. Are you tired of the high-pressure sales tactics, the constant phone calls? Are you done with the bait and switch? You just want to be treated fairly with honesty and respect? That's exactly what you get when you call 800-951-0592. You have my word on it. I'm Joe Jigwin, CEO of the Patriot Trading Group. Check us out online at allamericangold.com.
Howdy, folks. Have you ever thought about having your own backyard chicken? Now you have a source for certified organic, no GMO, no story chicken feed. HappyHens.biz can even deliver, or you can pick up. Call me, Tim, at 303-829-5948, or go to happyhens.biz for pricing and ingredients. At happyhens.biz, we love happyhens.biz. Or call us at 303-829-5948.
The American Freedom Network is not funded or supported by special interest groups or government programs. The American Freedom Network is not sponsored by advertisers demanding content or programming control. The American Freedom Network is solely funded by you, the listeners. We help keep the American Freedom Network on the air by purchasing one of our sponsored fine products or by calling 1-800-05-6245 to make a donation. The American Freedom Network needs your help.
All right, my friends, National Security Advisor John Bolton was on Fox News earlier today, if I'm not mistaken, and what he has to say affects us all. So let's listen.
The sanctions on Iran will be back in place by midnight tonight. They were suspended after the Obama-era nuclear deal, which President Trump pulled out of back in May. Ambassador John Bolton, the President's National Security Advisor, with me now from the North Lawn. And sir, nice to see you again. Well, glad to be back. Thank you for coming back with us. I got a lot to go through, so let's see how much we can cover the next couple of minutes, all right? What will major economic sanctions do against the Iranian regime?
Well, when they come back into effect tonight, we've really already seen some of the implications. The pressure on the Iranian economy is significant. The value of its currency is going through the floor. We've seen public reporting of massive flights of capital out of Iran. The elites are getting nervous. We continue to see demonstrations and riots in cities and towns all around Iran, showing the dissatisfaction the people feel because of the straitened economy. More sanctions come back in another 90 days. But this is an indication of how strongly we feel that the Iranian nuclear weapons program, its ballistic missile program, its support for terrorism, its belligerent activity in the Middle East have to stop.
I've known you for a number of years, and I know how you feel about this regime. So let's call it what it is. You're trying to break the regime's back economically, are you not?
Well, our policy is not regime change, but we want to put unprecedented pressure on the government of Iran to change its behavior. And so far, they've shown no indication they're prepared to do that. The president's made it clear repeatedly that he viewed the Iran nuclear deal as one of the worst in American diplomatic history. I thought he was right on target on that. We are not going to allow Iran to get nuclear weapons. We're still talking to our...
say, and you can argue that you don't want regime change, but you know the protests that have been happening over the weekend have gotten rather intense. And they're not protesting America, they're protesting their own rulers and leaders today.
And with good reason.
Well, understood. Make the case. What do you know about these protests today that we need to understand?
Well, look, we know basically what we're seeing in the press, that these are widespread, that they're spontaneous, they're not coordinating, they're not due to the reimposition of American sanctions. They reflect long-standing opposition inside Iran to the regime, to the economic deprivation, to the repression, to the religious intolerance. I think this regime is on very shaky ground. The real question is whether the Revolutionary Guards Corps and the Ayatollahs will use force against their own people. But what we're focused on is the nuclear weapons program, the ballistic missiles, the support for terrorism, and the belligerent activity militarily.
So the phrase was maximum economic pressure from the president. Would you admit that you're using the strength of the American economy right now as a weapon globally? Maybe in Iran, maybe in North Korea. Would you agree with that thing?
Well, I think we're using the economic system we have and its strength to put pressure on these rogue regimes. They're the ones that have been defying their own commitments and obligations, the unanimous decisions of the UN Security Council that they not get deliverable nuclear weapons. It has not impressed the Ayatollahs. I think we're going to make them see the light.
Okay, what would satisfy this administration? What could the leaders of Iran do?
Well, they could take up the president's offer to negotiate with them, to give up their ballistic missile and nuclear weapons programs fully and really verifiably, not under the onerous terms of the Iran nuclear deal, which really are not satisfactory, to stop their support for international terrorism, to give up their military activities in the region. You know, this is a complete package. The president has spoken to numerous European leaders about this. If Iran were really serious, they'd come to the table. We'll find out whether they are or not.
That's a big ask. I think you would admit that, right? And this is a complete reversal of American policy.
It is certainly a 180-degree reversal from the failed Obama administration. Absolutely.
The president last week said he would sit down and talk with the Iranian leadership. Is that real, or how real is it?
I think he was very serious about it. If the Ayatollahs want to get out from under the squeeze, they should come and sit down. The pressure will not relent while the negotiations go on, much as in the case of the maximum pressure campaign against North Korea.
Has Tehran suggested that they would talk to President Trump?
No, they flatly turned them down, and I think that's an indication they're not serious about stopping their malign behavior. I think this regime is dedicated to getting deliverable nuclear weapons. They have been for 25 years, and I don't think the Iran nuclear deal slowed them down at all.
Can you isolate these European countries and companies that are right now forced to make a decision? Do they do business with Iran, or do they side with you?
Well, you know, we've been in continuous discussion with our friends in Europe about this, and while some of the governments still want to adhere to the nuclear deal, their companies are running from it. The amount of business they're doing in Iran is down substantially. That's a real contributing factor to the pressure on Iran, because the business people know they want to do business with the United States, and if it's a choice between us or Iran, that's a pretty easy choice for them. That's pressure their own governments in Europe are now beginning to feel.
Okay, the way I understand it, you will put on more sanctions in another 90 days or so, and I believe that's the oil, perhaps in early November, if I'm right on the calendar. There was a threat that they would block the Strait of Hormuz. I guess it's always real or imagined. Do you believe the Iranian leadership would act on that, in that crucial choke point there between Iran and...
Well, the Iranian leadership has made a lot of mistakes in the past several years. Trying to close the Straits of Hormuz would be the worst mistake yet.
Do you believe it to be real?
I don't think that they're serious about it. I think they're still bluffing. But they should not underestimate our determination that we're going to put pressure on them until they give up their pursuit of nuclear weapons and all the other activities that I mentioned. That we are very serious about.
On North Korea, I'm reading that 9 cases of coal were bought in the North Korean, apparently they're disguised as Russian products. What is the level of compliance or lack thereof on behalf of Kim Jong-un?
Well, I'm not going to get into sensitive intelligence matters. I can tell you that our position is we still want strict enforcement of all the sanctions. We continue.
All right, we'll talk about North Korea some other time. Right now, the topic du jour is Iran, and let me leave you with this thought. We wouldn't need to be pressuring Iran. We wouldn't need to be negotiating with Iran. We wouldn't need to be trying to schedule a meeting with Iran. We wouldn't need to be worrying about Iran's nuclear weapons program, or their funding terrorism, or their serving as a power broker in the Middle East. All those things would have gone away if we had simply bombed Iran into the Stone Age. But as smart as we are, we're not smart enough to kill our enemies. Not anymore. We'll be back.
Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Tom Phillips, founder of the Green Earth. Well, it had to happen. The Colorado legalized marijuana. Most people thought the Green Earth was a marijuana dispensary. Although it was legalized on January the 1st, 2014. The same day we opened our new location at 4565 Kimball Street, 1.5 blocks south of I-7. There are 83,000 cars a day passing in front of our new location on Kimball Street, and most of them thought we were a marijuana dispensary. So we changed the name of our retail store to New Genesis Health, but we kept the name of our Green Earth Summit. So when you come to our new location, look for our new name, New Genesis Health, or call us at 888-765-EARTH. That's 888-765-4372. And be sure to listen to the Healthy Nature Show inability to serve, suicide, violent behavior, difficulty, increased risk of miscarriage and delivery complications. International Journal of Epidemiology reported the worst increase in breast cancer risk by 90%. Every homeless baby has the right to life, too. This life-giving message is brought to you by TLR Associates of Boulder, providing a job well done for your home or business with design, stucco, stone, and brick. Call TLR Associates of Boulder, 303-921-3310. TLR Medallion Brand Stucco Protective Service of Boulder and Northern Colorado area.
Item from CNN, President Donald Trump and Democrat Senator Dianne Feinstein got into a sparring match over reports that a staffer who once worked for the senator in California allegedly had a connection to Chinese spying. At a rally in Ohio on Saturday night, the president claimed Feinstein, quote, had a Chinese spy as a driver for 20 years, unquote. Trump also incorrectly said Feinstein, who's the top Democrat on the Senate Judiciary Committee and a member of the Senate Intelligence Committee, is the leader of the Russian investigation, unquote. My friends, in front of an audience, the president may say this or that and be mistaken. He's human. The fact of the matter is, Dianne Feinstein, noted liberal and Democrat, was either too stupid or too disloyal to know that for 20 years she had a Chinese spy working for her. I say we investigate the hell out of Dianne Feinstein for collusion. Item from WWMT.com, Dateline, Cologne, Michigan. Anyone who's ever taken an Uber ride knows it's convenient and very popular. So one man in St. Joseph County has found a way to make ride sharing more scenic. Timothy Hochstedler calls it Amish Uber. He's adding some horsepower to ride sharing. The newest taxi service in Cologne has 4 wheels, 4 legs, and good gas mileage. My friends, we should go back to horses and buggies. Item from WLS in Chicago, a violent weekend left 12 people dead and dozens more wounded, police said. Chicago police said a total of 66 people were shot from 6 p.m. on Friday to midnight Sunday, and 12 of those victims have died, unquote. My friends, I don't want you to come away thinking that a longtime Democrat stronghold like Chicago has been mismanaged. But the fact is, well, a longtime Democrat stronghold like Chicago has been mismanaged by Democrats for decades and decades and decades and decades, just like New York City, just like Detroit, just like other toilets around America. Because implementing Democratic policies leads inevitably to the kind of chaos we're seeing on the streets of Chicago. Just ask Democrat Mayor Rahm Emanuel, former chief of staff to Barack Hussein Obama. Item from the IJR, according to the Freedom Forums Institute's annual State of the First Amendment survey, it looks like a shocking number of Americans are unfamiliar with their First Amendment rights. Of the more than 1,000 people surveyed in May and June of this year, only one person was able to name all 5 First Amendment rights. A whopping 40% could not name any. 40% of Americans could not name a single First Amendment right. Among those who could name one or a few, the right to freedom of speech was the most commonly remembered, with 56% able to list it. The others didn't fare so well. Only 15% named freedom of religion, 13% named freedom of the press, 12% named freedom of peaceful assembly, and a measly 2% named the freedom to petition the government, unquote. My friends, in a couple of weeks it'll be 10 years on the air for me. I have fought for almost 10 years on behalf of Americans. But when we find Americans who don't know what their First Amendment rights are, I've got to tell you, it gives me pause, and it wonders if I've been fighting a stupid cause. Tomorrow you call into the show and tell me, have I wasted 10 years or am I fighting the good fight? I'll be back tomorrow. More Real Truth. Hasta lumbego.